Okay, so welcome along to this next quick start video. You're making great progress. Now all we need to do is actually set up the campaign, which is really kind of pulling all the elements together to give you a link that you can then put into your webinar when you record it to allow people to go and book the call, and that all works and everything works in the background. So this is obviously where we're kind of now going to get all of the links together and everything else, and actually have something that then obviously we can promote and market on Facebook. So when you first come in, you won't have any of these links in here like this that you see. This is obviously just my test account. So we're going to go to campaigns, and you're going to click on start new campaign. Okay, so you're going to call this campaign whatever you want to call it. No client will see this, or no person will see this, so I'm just going to call this quick start, just in this case, but you can call it whatever you want, campaign 1 or whatever. You can put in any notes if you want to, like so, and then you just click start campaign. So very simple. It's very easy to walk through. Okay, what's going to happen is, first thing I want to say to you is do not refresh the page, because if you refresh the page without saving, like any internet experience, it won't save. Okay, so if I come here and hit refresh, it's not going to work. All right, so that's the key thing. You've got to remember that. Don't do that, otherwise it won't save anything. So all we're going to do here is literally, we've preloaded a lot of things, but essentially we're going to work along the top like so. But as we work through each tab, you'll then see some of these might have more than one element to them. Okay, so this first one, pages, is where we're going to set up all the campaign pages. So what we're now going to do is literally take here and build your first lead page. So all we're going to do here is to literally go, I'm just going to pull up the lead page copy, okay, that we've got from our lead page template. I'm just going to make that a little bit smaller, okay, and then I'm going to do the same here as well, just so you can see it working side by side. Okay, right, so I've got my lead page template, okay, and you've got the title. Now, obviously, yours will look slightly different just because of the way the screen's pulled out, but we're going to grab our title like so, and literally all we're going to do is just copy and paste in. Very simple, okay, so you can see that's the heading, subheading, this bit, copy that, pop that in like so, okay, done. Then, training starts in, we don't need to change that. In this 45-minute no-cost online training, you'll discover. Okay, don't need to change that. Next part is your bullet points. You're then just going to copy each bullet point in, like so, into each one. Again, very simple in creating your first and main lead page. So we're going to click copy, paste again, copy and paste again. Really simple, okay? So if you can copy and paste, you've done all the hard work already. I'm just going to paste that in there. And the last one, paste that one in as well. Okay, like so. Presenter image. Now this is obviously where previously I said about you needing an image. You had had that already, so I'm just going to now select that from my desktop where I have it saved, which in my case is a picture of Lucy, like so. And that, don't worry about the size or anything, that's fine. You can also edit it should you wish to, or change it. So you can change it just by hitting that button, or you can edit it just by pushing that button, and you can obviously crop it and drag it around, etc. like so. If you want to make it smaller, you click confirm, and that's then resize the picture. But we will resize it to match the page. Don't worry about the actual size of how it's going to display on a page. Just make sure you got it in there, and yeah, fine. Okay, presenter, introducing presenter, you're going to put your name in there, okay, or whatever the presenter name is in there. So I'm just going to put Lucy Johnson. And then we got the presenter text, okay? So what you now want to do is, again, you've got your presenter text already written, which is the I love finding XYZ, like so, and you're going to copy that, and you're going to paste in, like so, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is just resize this back, because you've got all the stuff from the lead page template, just so you can check and make sure it all looks correct. Sometimes when you copy and paste in, like you've just seen there, you might get the odd space, so just make sure it all kind of looks okay. Yeah, all looks fine. Okay, now what you can do is click preview page, and that will then pop up the sample of the page, and you can see. Now don't worry in the preview mode that you've got these little ticks here rather than here. It's because this bar is showing. Okay, once that you go to publish this live, you'll then see these will sit next to it. Okay, but you can see, yep, that all looks pretty much good as we want. Now don't, whatever you do, hit refresh, don't click the back button, just hit this green button that says return to editing. Okay, otherwise you will lose your work and you have to go through it again. So we've done everything we want in there. We're happy with that. The next thing we're going to do then is click next. Okay, and you can now see it's moved down to the webinar holding page. So this bit, we've pre-configured a lot of this stuff here. Congrats, you're registered. Hi, name, your event will begin in, etc. Now we need to do is tell it which which holding room video we want to actually select, which we've already uploaded. So you can see I'm going to quick start, in my case, holding room demo. Click the use selected video, okay, and that then shows it in here. Now it must show it in there for it to work. Again, you can click the preview page, and that will show you what it looks like. And don't worry, these will be populated obviously based on the dynamics of the client and their time, and put their name in there, etc. Right, so nice and simple. Again, you can see if you go here and you try and go back, it will say stay on page. You want to make sure you stay on page, but go back to return to editing. Don't ever refresh or click the back button like I've just done there. You can see that error warning anyway to warn you, but if you did, you will lose your work. Okay, it's very important you do that. So we're happy with that. Next button. We're now in the webinar room. Now we'll come back to that, so we will have to change something in there, but we're not going to do that till the next step of the actual quick start guide. Next thing is your booking. Again, you won't need to change anything here. We've got obviously the mobile number as standard. You won't need to change anything. There is a couple of extra boxes, but at this stage you don't need to worry about any of that. Next part is your questionnaire. Now, obviously, I have pre-populated. We have in here just some blank questions, but you'd obviously be taking these from your questionnaires section that you've already got, on your application page. And again, you can edit these quite easily, like so, just by changing it. You can put it as a comment box, a checkbox, multiple choice, date or time, and you can also edit the length. For a lot of you might want to edit the length because 100 characters for some of them might not be long enough, so you can change those. And again, anytime you want to do it, just make sure you hit the save button. You can also then move these up and down accordingly, so you can see, and it will reorder the questions accordingly just to make sure they are. Okay, so make sure you've got all your questions configured and that you're happy. Okay, once you've done that, click next. Okay, next thing is the indoctrination page. Okay, so we have a display indoctrination page. You want to leave this defaulted as standard. And then we've got here, please watch this important videos. Now you can put some extra text in here just by typing in anything you want to. Entirely up to you, but I would recommend at this stage, again, we select now the video that we've uploaded, which is the indoctrination page video. Click the use selected video. We can see then it's now showing in there. You can preview the page. It's a very simple page. You can see here. Any extra text you do put in will sit below here like so. Okay. Next thing, you come back again. You then click the next button. Next thing is the content. Now here, obviously, we're at this page be uploading our webinar, but we can't do that until we record the webinar, and we can't record the webinar until we actually have a call booking link, which is going to happen as a result of using this webinar and this campaign builder. So we're just going to click next because we'll come back and edit that later on. Then here we have all the communications, and you can see at the top here you have all the emails that are going to go out, and you also then have a list of all the texts that are going to go out. Okay, you already edited any particular editing ones that you wanted in here, so if you want to change these, which I highly recommend you do, you click on the edit email, okay, and then you select the template that you want. Okay, so you can see all your templates are stored in here that you would have done. Again, you'll have a lot less than this. So you can see here I've got new edits. So this one's basically when someone's booked a call, immediately upon call booking, I want to use that one. And you've done that obviously earlier. You then scroll down and click save. And you can then see it's got new edit. Okay, so I'll just do that again. This is before call, 48 hours. So I want to now find my template that I've done already, which I edited earlier. You can see here, sent 48 hours. Go down, click save. Okay, so that's all you're going to do until you've done all four. Just quickly do the last two just so you can see how it all works, just to make sure you've got everything in place, because obviously you don't want the default ones in there because they want to be specific to you. We showed you how to do that in the first couple of quick start videos. Okay, so we're now just going to scroll down here like so, find the fourth one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Scroll down. Oh, I think I might have picked the wrong one there. Let me just do that. New edit, new edit, new edit. New edit, there we go. Click save. Okay, so I've now got all my new emails in there. SMSs, if you obviously have any extra emails in there, you can edit them in. Watch the tutorial on how to do that in the help section. But you want to leave the rest of them as they are, because these texts here you can see are all pretty much standardized. But if you did want to edit the text, you can actually do this straight away in here just by editing the actual text in here like so, and you can see obviously some warnings about characters, etc. But again, if you need more help on that, please watch the tutorial inside of the help desk on that. But ultimately, this is all about quick start, so I just want to get you started as quickly as possible. So once we've got all the communications sorted out and we're happy with those, we then basically have the campaign all ready to go. So what we're now going to do is go and set this as active. Okay, it's currently in draft mode, which means if you go and preview the page at the link that it gives you at the end, it will not display. Okay, so it will not display if in draft or disabled mode. So we want to make it active. Campaign's live and running, so that basically means it's a live link. It doesn't mean anything's happening, it just means it's a live link. We click save. We click save again. Now that's saved everything inside the campaign. If we navigated away or hit the back button or refresh button, we will lose our data. So it's very important that you don't navigate away and you follow it all the way through and come to save. Okay. We now have our campaign. It's now going to load the campaign list, okay, and you can see here this is my quick start list. It says no video selected because we haven't uploaded our webinar yet. Once we've uploaded our webinar, you'll see it go green. But this is actually the link now that you need to get to put inside of your actual webinar, okay? So obviously when someone comes to this particular link here, this is where obviously they would view the lead page. So if we just load that, as you can see, it's not showing the webinar valid yet because obviously we haven't got the webinar linked in, so it's not actually ready to go. But I just want to show you that because you may go, well, it's an error, it's not working. No, it's not ready to go yet because we haven't configured absolutely everything we need to. So it's kind of like a fail safe as well. So what you now need to do is take this booking link, okay, and this booking link basically is what you're going to paste inside the slide on your webinar recording, okay, to then actually basically reference that. So that'll be the last slide that you have on your webinar. If you don't know what the webinar is or how to record it or whatever, then obviously go over to the High Ticket Coaching Academy curriculum area where you'll see full tutorials, training, and some demo slides for you to be able to create your own webinar. But where it says talks about the call booking link, for this particular campaign, you'll want to copy this booking URL link and pop that in your slide and talk about go to this link. Okay, once we've done that, you can then move on to the next part, which is obviously once you've recorded your webinar, what you do with the webinar. And there's two more things you need to do, and then we'll be up and running completely with this campaign.